Hi everyone! Hello my ABM student. How is everyone doing? I do hope that you are all fine and doing well. I am Ma'am Karen, your business math teacher, and welcome to our business math virtual class. So before we start our session, be sure that you will have your ballpen, paper, and your calculator. Our lesson for today is about fractions, decimals, and percent. Our learning objectives will be, at the end of the lesson, the student will be able to express fractions to decimals and percent forms, express decimals to fractions and percent forms, and number 3 will be express percent to decimals and fraction forms. Okay, before we move on to our class discussion, let's have these warm-up activities. Get your pen and your paper. Write each fraction in the simplest form. I'll give you 10 seconds to answer each fractions and write it down on a piece of paper. Are you ready? So let's get started. Number 1, 4/10. Time is up. Okay, if your answer is 2/5, you are correct. Next fraction, 25/100. Time is up. If your answer is 1/4, you are correct. Next, 18/24. Time is up. If your answer is 3/4, you are also correct. Next, 8/50. Time is up. If your answer is 4/25, you are correct. Next, 20/35. Time is up. If your answer is 4/7, you are correct. Okay, so after this activity, I will get all your scores after our class session. Next activity. So let's try to solve this word problem. I also give you 10 seconds to answer the question. You can write your answer on the chat box. So the questions here is, what percent of their goal have they reached? Okay? Okay, your time is up. So the first thing we can do is to first find the fraction. So what will be the fractional part of 1,200 over 2,000? So the fractional part will be 1,200 over 2,000. 1,200 is a part of 2,000. So next thing is to simplify the fraction. So to to make the fraction in the simplest form, you will divide it by 400. So the simplest form will be 3/5, meaning 1,200 is 3/5 of 2,000. That will be the fractional part of the 1,200. Next, we will now have to convert the fraction into decimals. Okay, how do we convert it? So we will just divide 1,200 to 2,000. So the answer will be 0.60. How do we convert decimal into percent? Okay, so we just move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So that is 0.60. It will be 60%. So the student reached 60% of their goal, meaning 1,200 cans is 60% of 2,000. So let's see the number line. So we see on the number line that their goal is 2,000 and they only reach 1,200. So in fraction, 1,200 is 3/5 of 2,000. And the decimal part, we have 0.60, and on percent, we have 60%. The number line shows that the student have reached 60% of their goal. So now, what do we mean by fractions? Fractions are when a whole quantity or set is divided into parts. Each part is called fractions. Fraction is a part of a whole. It consists of numerator and denominator. Okay, so let's try this example. 25 years as a part of a century. What will be the fractional part of 25 years as a part of century? So, because we have 100 years in one century, the fractional part will be 25/100. So, how do we convert the fractions into decimals? So, we just divide 25/100 to get your decimals. So, that is 0.25. And convert it into percent will be 25%. So, let's try another example. Okay, so let's try this. 6 as a part of a dozen. What will be the fractional part, decimals, and percent? I'll give you 10 seconds to answer the question. Okay, time is up. So, 6 as a part of a dozen, the fractional part will be 6/12. And the decimal will be 0.50. You will just divide 6 divided by 12. So how about the percent? How do we convert decimals into percent? We will just move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So the percent will be 50%. Okay? Very good. Let's try this. Okay, let's try this another example. 3 over 4. We will convert these fractions into decimals and percents. Okay? So how do we convert it? So we will just divide the numerator to its denominator. So that is 3 divided by 4. So let's have 30 divided by 4 is equal to 7. 7 times 4 is 28. 30 minus 28 is 2. So 2 divided by 4 cannot be. We just add 0 again. 20 divided by 4 is equal to 5. 5 times 4 is 20. And now 3/4 is equal to 0.75. Okay? So, converting decimals into percent, so we have 0.75. Just move the decimal point 2 places to the right and put a symbol, a percent symbol. So the answer is 75%. Okay, another example is 5 over 6. Okay? So, converting this to decimals, divide the fraction, numerator divided by its denominator. Okay. 0. 50 divided by 6, 8. 8 times 6, 48. Okay. That is 2. 0. Add 0. 20 divided by 6, 3. 3 times 6, 18. So, minus 2. Add another 1. 0. 20 divided by 6, 3. 3 divided times 6 is 18. Another 0. 3 times 6, 18, and so forth. So, the answer is 0.8333. Okay. So, how do we convert this into percent? So, that is 0.8333. So, just move the decimal point 2 places to the right. 1, 2, and put your percent symbol. That is 83.33%. Okay? Okay, now let's have decimals. Decimals is any number in our base 10 number system. As we move to the right of the decimal point, each number place is divided by 10. Example, 0.75. From the decimal place, we have tens and hundreds. So, as we convert it into percent, we just move the decimal point 2 places to the right and put a percent symbol. What about converting the decimals into fractions? Because we have hundreds, 2 decimal places, that is 100, our fraction will be 75 over 100, or just simplify the fraction, that is 3 over 4. Okay, so let's try another examples. Okay, so let's try to convert decimals to fractions and percents. So Number 1, 0.35. How do we convert this into fractions and percents? So, we have two decimal places. This is tenths and hundreds. So, our fractional part will be 35 over 100. That will be our fraction. We will simplify this fraction. We will divide it into 5. So, 35 divided by 5 is equal to 7. And 100 divided by 5 is 20. Your answer is 7 over 20. What about converting this decimal to fraction, to percent rather? So just move the decimal point to places to the right, 1, 2, and put a symbol sign. That is 0.35. And move the decimal point 2 places to the right, 1, 2, and put a symbol sign. Your answer is 35%. Okay, next, 0.7. So, 0.7, this is only 1 decimal places. Okay, so we have 7 over 10. So remember what is fractions and decimals. So next, just move the decimal point 2 places to the right. 1, 2, we have 70%. Okay? So next, 1.45. 2 decimal place, 1, 2, this is tenths and hundreds. So our fractional part will be 145 over 100 because there are 2 decimal places. Okay? So tenths and hundreds. So that is 145 over 100. Convert this into percent. We just move the decimal point 2 places to the right, which is 1, 2, and put a percent symbol. The answer is 145%. So that is how we convert decimals to fractions and percents. So what do we mean by percents? Percents means part per hundred. It is the ratio of a number to 100. The symbol percent is used to indicate that a number is a percent. So let's have this example. 40% is equal to 40 part of 100. So the fraction will be 40 over 100 and the decimals will be 0.4. Another one. 1% is equal to 1 part of 100. So the fractional part will be 1 over 100 and the decimals will be 0.01. Okay, so let's try this another examples. Let's try this. So how converting percent into fraction and into decimals. So 8% is equal to 8 part of a 100. So if that is an 8 part of a 100, the fractional part will be 8 over 100. You are correct. So the fractional part is 8 over 100 because 8 is a part of 100. So how do we convert percent into decimal? So we just move the decimal point 2 places to the left. Okay, so that is Two places to the left, the answer will be 0.08. Okay? Okay, now we will try to convert percent to fractions and decimals. Number 1, 65%. We will convert this into decimal. That is 65. Move the decimal point 2 places to the left. 1, 2. So that is 0.65. Another one. So let's try to convert this into fraction. So 65%, we have two decimal places. So we have tens and hundreds. So that is 65 over hundreds. 100s. Okay? So is this divisible by 5? Yes, we will simplify this by dividing it into 5. Okay. So 5 is equal to 65 divided by 5 is 13 over 20. So, your fractional part will be 13 over 20. So, number 2. We have 2.25%. How do we convert this into fraction and into decimal? So, we have 0, or rather 2.25. So, move the decimal decimal point 2 places to the left. 1, 2. Put the decimal point in 0. So, your decimals will be 0.0225. So, your answer is 0.0225. Okay. So, how do we convert this into fraction? So, we have tens, hundred, thousands, 10,000. So, the answer is 225 over 10,000. So, is this divisible by 5? Yes. So, we will divide it by 5. So, 225 divided by 5 is 45. And 10,000 divided by 5 is 2,000. The answer is 45 over 2,000. Is this 2 divisible again by 5? Of course, yes. So, we will divide it by 5 again. This is 45 divided by 5 is 9. And 2,000 divided by 5 is 400. So, the answer is 9 over 400. Okay? Meaning, 2.25%, if we convert it into fraction, that is 9 over 400. And if we convert it into decimal, that is 0.0225. Okay, let's try this activity. So, we will just complete the table by supplying the missing number. So, I will give you 1 minute to finish those 5 questions. Let's try to answer our activity. So let's complete the table by supplying the missing number. We have decimals, fraction, and percent. So first, 0.375. We will convert this into percent. We have 0.375. So we will just move the decimal point 2 places to the right. 1, 2, and have your percent symbol. The answer is 37.5%. Next. Okay, let's try to convert this into fraction. We have 3 decimal places. So we have tens, hundreds, and thousands. So if we convert this into fraction, we will have 375 over 1,000. We will simplify this fraction into lowest term. So this 2 is divisible by 5. So 375 divided by 5 is 75. And 1,000 divided by 5 is 200. Is this 2 still divisible by 5? Yes, of course. We will divide it again by 5. 75 divided by 5, this is 15. And 200 divided by 5 is 40. So, is this again divisible by 5? Of course, we will divide it again by 5 to get the simplest form. So, 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 40 divided by 5 is 8. The final answer will be 3 over 8. Okay, next, we will convert this into decimals and into percent. So, how do we do that? This is number 1. So, number 2. To convert this into decimals, we will divide the numerator over its denominator. Okay? So, 5 divided by 6. So, cannot be. So, you will add 0. 50 divided by 6 is 8. 8 times 6 is 48. Okay. So, minus 50 minus 48 is 2. Add 0. Add 0. So, 20 divided by 6 is 3. 3 times 6 is 18. Okay. This is 2 and add another 0. Okay. So, again, this is 3, 18, 2, add another 0, and so on. So, our answer will be 0.8333. Okay, our decimal will be 0.8333. Okay, so how do we convert this into percent? So let's try. 0.8333. So let's move the decimal point 2 places to the right. 1, 2. So the answer is 83.33%. Okay, next, 125%. We will first convert this into decimal. So we have 125. Move the decimal point rather 2 places to the left. That is 1.25. So the answer is 1.25. Okay, so let's convert this into fraction. So we have tens and 100, 2 decimal places. So we have 100 25 over 100. Is this 2 divisible by 5? Yes. So we will divide this by 5. 125 divided by 5 is 25. And 100 divided by 5 is 20. So again, simplify it. So this is divisible again by 5. So we have 25 divided by 5 is 5. And 20 divided by 5 is 4. The answer is 5 over 4. Okay, the answer is 5 over 4. Okay, so next is 4 and 1/5. So we will convert this into decimal. So we will set aside the whole number plus. Okay, so divide 1 over 5. Okay, this will be 10. 10 divided by 5, 2. 2 times 5 is 10. That is 0. So, this is 4 and 0.2. The answer is 4.2. Okay, so next, we will convert this into percent. That is 4.2. So, we will move the decimal point 2 places to the right. 1 and 2. So, 0. So, the answer is 420%. Okay, next, last. 0.3333. So, convert this into percent. We have 0.3333. Move the decimal point 2 places to the right. 1, 2. The answer is 33.33%. So, 33.33%. Okay, now we will convert this into fraction. So, we have tens, hundred, thousands, and 10,000s. So, the answer is 3 over 10,000. Okay? Over 10,000. So, that is how we convert fractions to decimals to percent and vice versa. Okay, for your assessment, express the following as fraction, decimals, and percent. So, number 1, 6 hours as a part of a day. What will be the fractional part of 6 hours as a part of a day? The answer is 6 over 24 because we have 24 hours in a day. So you have 6 hours over 24 hours or 1/4. That is correct. Next, 65 out of 100. Okay, your answer is 65%. You are correct. Next one. Convert 4 over 6 to decimals. 10 seconds. Okay, if your answer is 0.67, you are correct. Next one. 13% convert it into fraction. Okay? If your answer is 13 over 100, you are correct. Next, 7 days as part of a week. Okay, if your answer is 7 over 7 or 1, you are correct. Okay, for our summary of class discussion, a fraction represents a part of a whole. It consists of numerator and denominator. While decimals is any number in our base 10 number system. Percent, otherwise, it is the ratio of a number to 100. The symbol percent is used to indicate that a number is a percent. What about converting fractions to decimal? In converting fractions to decimal, you just divide the numerator to its denominator. Example, 6 over 12 is equal to 0.50. Decimals to percent. In converting your decimals to percent, you will just move the decimal point 2 places to the right and put a percent symbol. Next will be converting percent to decimals. So in converting your percent to decimal, you just move the decimal point 2 places to the left and put a decimal point. Okay, now for your additional resources, you can watch video on YouTube and you can use Business Mathematics book by Norma D. Lopez Mariano. Okay, now we are finished on our Business Math Week 1 lesson. Thank you for listening. I am Ma'am Karen, your Business Math teacher, and goodbye and be safe everyone.